Oprah does it. Multi-million-dollar companies do it. And billionaires make it their norm. In fact, it is happening all around you. Big business has become wise to the #1 marketing strategy on the planet, and you should too. Hands down, it is the #1 most effective and fastest way to find more customers, gain exposure, and launch your product or service. Forbes magazine said goodbye mergers and acquisitions. Corporate partnerships and alliances are proving a more productive way to keep companies growing. And according to Thomson Financial, this may be the most powerful trend in the history of business. So shouldn't your business be benefiting from this too? The #1 business trend and marketing strategy on the planet is joint ventures. A joint venture can simply be two people or companies working together for a specific purpose, maybe even at a specific time, to create an informal win-win. And the Joint Venture Club really just helps you find those connections and create those joint ventures. We help put connections into action. You see, times have changed. Gone are the days of a lone pioneer, the struggling entrepreneur where you have to do it all. There is a new evolution of business where you work together and everybody wins. Now, there are many different types of joint ventures that you can do, and you'll learn exactly how to do them in the club. But if you just grasp the concept of the powerful trade secret today, then you're ahead of the game. And joint ventures are valuable because they can bring customers to you overnight and in a very cost-effective way, which is very important for small businesses. In fact, many of the big internet gurus built up their databases through joint ventures and still continue to use joint ventures for free leads, to sell out their products, even though they can afford big-time marketing budgets. Yet this is still their #1 strategy. So what does that tell you? It should tell you to pay attention. This also works for internet companies or retail businesses. Joint ventures really are happening all around you, yet you may have never really noticed them before, but now you will. Visit the grocery store and you can see a coupon on the back of the cereal box for a free exercise CD. That's a JV, or joint venture. So what does cereal have in common with an exercise CD? Well, #1, they share the same target market. #2, they also share the same business message. Their business message is we help people lose weight. But they both gain new sales and new customers by working together. That's a win-win. So let me make this clear for you. Let's say that you're someone that has a great product but no customers and no money to spend on advertising. In fact, you're completely unknown. How do you sell products with no list, no money, no credibility yet? Simple, through joint ventures. Because with joint ventures, you simply borrow what you don't have. They allow you to borrow the database of customers, to borrow trusted credibility through reviews and recommendations, and to even borrow the marketing vehicle. You see, you only pay a commission on sales when you're successful. And if you're not, you pay nothing. Therefore, there's no risk. That's why I say there's no money up front and no risk. Now, let me explain an example that you've probably seen in your email inbox. Have you ever seen the same promotion for a new book, a software, a product come into your inbox within a few days of each other, or maybe on the same day, but from different marketing partners? This is what we call a timed campaign or a timed email campaign. You do this type of campaign to drive a book to a bestseller status or to sell it a product at its launch. The fact is, you don't need hundreds of partners to find success. I launched a product, and with just 2 marketing partners, I sold close to $88,000 in 30 days. Now, you can get the same results. The most important investment in yourself you could make is to begin to learn how to master this strategy, and then begin building those relationships, creating those key contacts now. Joint ventures can generate cash flow when you need it, increase leads for you. You can even get paid to build your list through joint ventures. It helps you increase traffic to your website, helps you co-create products, gives you exposure, opens you up to new markets. So knowing the different types of joint venture opportunities will increase your success. But what makes them so vital for small business? Well, let's look at the common problems that entrepreneurs face and how joint ventures can solve them. First, entrepreneurs would love predictable cash flow. The number one reason most businesses fail is lack of cash flow. Well, in order to get this, you need to sell your product or service on a regular basis. So, if you can use joint ventures every month to dramatically increase or even predict sales, that would be great, wouldn't it? And also think of this. If you can keep your cash in your pocket and use marketing techniques such as joint ventures that don't cost you anything up front, that will also put you ahead of the game. Secondly, sometimes you have a great product but no one to sell it to. You don't have a huge customer database yet. Well, through joint ventures, you can borrow another person's customer list or several. In fact, there are many companies who would be happy to introduce your product to their customers. And the great news is that you actually have a greater chance of selling your product through the recommendation of people who have built a solid trust in their own customer's mind. So you don't come in as a stranger, even though you are. This automatically puts you in a warm market. Now, the joint venture partner wins because they get to offer a great new product to their customer base that they didn't even have to create, and they quickly earn a commission for really very little effort. This is what we mean by making it a win-win. Now, sometimes you need more product, but you don't have the cash flow or the expertise to put it together, or maybe you just don't have the time. You can co-create a seminar with other experts or create a CD product by just simply interviewing people and recording it, even over the telephone. No cost. And people love to be interviewed because this gives their business exposure. I'm sure you've actually seen these products, which are just simply interviews of other people. And you know what? They can sometimes sell for up to $1,000. Entrepreneurs also need advertising, but you don't have the budget for a big marketing campaign. How many people could afford to spend $10,000 on a front page advertisement in a paper every month? And keep in mind, when you're buying an ad, you pay for the ad, whether it works for you or not, whether it brings you any customers or not. And this is the opposite of how a joint venture works. With a joint venture, you can get the same result as major advertising and marketing campaigns without spending a dime up front. And that makes it a lot of fun. Now, sometimes you need some credibility or you need more exposure because no one's heard of you. Well, gain instant credibility through association and referrals. A key alliance with a larger company can dramatically improve your credibility in the eyes of your customers. This gives you exposure. And in fact, these alliances can expose you to thousands or tens of thousands of their customers in one day. And also, entrepreneurs are sometimes one-man operations, or they can feel that way. And you need help to be more successful. One of the biggest challenges that service professionals and entrepreneurs face is the isolation or lack of resources of being a one-man operation. And you know what? This can lead you to feeling stuck, exhausted, frustrated, and unable to grow as fast or as big as you wanted to. So what's wrong with this picture? You're not working with joint venture partners. Look, I've literally seen people go from turning their yearly income into their monthly income by adding joint venturing marketing strategies. You don't need to do it alone anymore, and you can have way more fun in the process. There are so many upsides of joint ventures. They're free to do. You can begin right away. You can easily locate targeted buyers. You can make money fast. You know what? It just makes your life easier. It doesn't matter what your product or service is. You can benefit from making joint venture partners. So get ahead of the game and start building relationships now.